And we are live.
Hey.
Okay. So, where you guys had left off, the party had seen a temple uh, under the Knowing Mistress attacked and basically ransacked by a massive amount of drow forces.
Mm-hmm.
All of the priests of the temple were beheaded,
Yay.
and then the Spider Queen rose from her prison.
Yay.
And then was immediately pinned against the side of a mountain by cord.
Yay.
Effectively
Cord
rendering
just
her absolutely useless.
doing God work right there.
Yeah, just doing things that doing cord things. Yeah, you guys were saddened that the priest was killed because, no resurrection then, or Ramona. However, a celestial being appeared and was able to revive her, stating that it was the task it was sent to do. Yes, that was the Wolficorn.
Dropping that future knowledge.
Yep.
I mean, we probably just fucked with the timeline severely by doing that, but it was worth it.
And yeah, we will pick back up shortly after Ramona was resurrected.
Ooh.
Ben ran around looking for Rowan. And walked right past her and tripped.
But tripped.
Yep.
Yep, classic Ramona.
Oh, Ramona.
Yes, you guys are in the safe grove.
Grove of safety, yes.
Mm-hmm. And we have locations on items. Now we just gotta figure out what to do.
Knowledge on a couple pieces.
Yeah, general
Basically,
knowledge.
one to the north, one to the west.
Mm-hmm. Just wondering, sorry, do you remember where you died as Druck?
I mean, would I remember?
Nope. It was to the west somewhere.
Not exactly where I was, but it was somewhere to the west. That's as good as I can tell you.
Would you be able to retrace your steps?
Zaris turns to DM.
So the eclipse figure appears in the mist.
You're not sure. You could try.
I mean, I can try.
It's always worth giving a shot. If you can give me a direction, we can pick up from there.
He points west.
God damn.
You know what I mean? If you
Somewhere
can,
that way.
Start retracing. Yeah, if you can, if we can figure out to start retracing.
Well, I'd have to get to a spot that would look familiar, so.
Yeah.
That could be anywhere, in all honesty.
And who said navigating via landmark was a bad thing?
Most people don't like it, honestly.
We're gonna hang out here a while, right?
Oh yeah.
At least for the night?
Yeah, I think so.
I can sort all that shit out in the morning.
All right. You are welcome just to stay in the grove for the evening.
Yes, please.
guys take your long rest and awaken in the morning. Gaining the benefits of a long rest.
Yay, key
Mhm.
points.
I could.
Spell slots.
Yay!
Honestly,
And
you
when
could
you
have
only have
gotten them from.
two, it's literally the end of the world when you don't have one.
Alright, just take a short
I
rest.
mean, you can get one back once per day.
Yes, I know, but how often this group actually takes a short rest is just about as often as they take a long rest.
Once a day.
One day.
And we always choose between the two. It's either we take a long rest or we take a short rest. We never take both.
Hey Josh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna assume that because we ran in fear from the fight, that I did not get to collect any arrows.
Correct.
Any arrows we make
Uh,
are one and done.
We're gonna need to start thinking about making some more soon.
Alright.
Ramona Tori, I'm taking 8 arrows out of the bag.
Ramona Tori.
Okay.
Are you sure if you just say Ramona, we'll know which one it is?
I know.
You
Like,
has
we
9
probably-
left.
I know I has 9 left.
Oh god, I gotta start druid crafting a lot then.
Yeah,
Fine.
probably.
Thanks, everyone.
Everybody got hugs from Ramona, right? Right?
Yeah,
I
Amity,
think so.
Amity
I
definitely
think
took
so.
it first.
I don't think Rowan got a hug yet.
Nope.
Oh, well, okay, everybody that Ramona could find.
Yes.
Yeah, that's more accurate.
The ground got Rowan's hug, it's fine.
Is that how that works?
Amity's enjoying not having to cast Tiny Hut. She's just like laying in the grass with her arms all spread out.
Grass angels.
Yes, 100%.
Should we go west?
And that's the only direction we really have.
Cook.
Sadly, we have no map.
Yeah, map would be really useful.
We have a ranger.
Yes,
She's like a living map.
Yeah.
Yeah, she leads us the right way most of the time.
It's better
She'll
than
never
any of
admit
us
it.
could do.
Yeah, better than I could do.
She never admit if she led you in the wrong direction. Is there anything else we want to believe?
No, but I feel like I could stay here for the rest of my life and be fine.
Nice as that would be, I don't really think that's what we have.
Oh, I know.
Then I guess I'm gonna find Wes.
Alright. You know which direction west is.
Great. Okay. The last time we were just kind of walking west, we ran into like scary elf territory. Do I have an idea of like where we are where that happened?
No.
Going west. Wanted to acknowledge that I was thinking about it,
Mhm.
Using your brain.
using my nugget.
Yeah. Oh, this time we don't have Kato with us. This will be weird. Alright, Kayla,
The-
hope you're ready to lose your character to some NPCs.
The Wolficorn, as it's so aptly titled.
We know his name.
Nope, it's Wolficorn.
It's Nazara. I just called him a wolficorn when I didn't know what to call it.
Wolficorn.
Yep.
It's also a fun word that I'm proud of.
Offers to cast a spell that would help you on your journey.
We will gladly take any aid.
We'll
Okay.
just check with anything.
He casts
Can I-
summon enemies on us. No.
Can I insight check the Wolficorn?
No, don't. The
Sure.
wolficorn brought me back. I hug it. I trust you, wolficorn. Nazara.
Amity also hugged it.
Yeah. Oh, I can just see chibis.
Wolficorn doesn't know that I'm insight checking him.
I know, neither do we, but I hug it anyway. Goodbye, wolficorn. You're the greatest, and we'd appreciate any help you could give us.
The greatest Wolficorn I've ever
I'm
met.
I'm just gonna roll it. Haven't heard anything from Josh.
I said, yeah, you can do it.
Cool.
Sorry.
Seems genuine. And then over the course of the next minute, begins to cast a spell.
I was gonna say, Rowan will finally come back and join the group now.
Now I hug Rowan.
Yay!
Zephyr made me think you were dead.
No, I said she was behind that tree over there.
No, you didn't. Don't lie.
I was behind the tree that was way over there.
And you guys, at the end of that minute, your humanoid forms dissipate into gas.
Oh,
Oh,
this
okay.
will allow us to cover a lot of ground.
Whoosh.
Whoosh.
Whoosh. Whooshy whoosh.
As you guys are in this gaseous cloud form, you have a flying speed of 300 feet, and you have
Oh,
resistance to
moly.
damage from non-magical weapons. But the
Mhm.
only actions a creature can take while in this form are the dash action
I was
or
gonna say,
revert
it's
to your normal form.
whoosh.
And your reverting takes 1 minute.
Ooh.
And
Can
we
we
cannot
do?
communicate
Let's
in this form.
Yeah. Or do we just have to whooshy gesture?
You cannot.
Oh.
You can only see other gaseous
Whooshes.
forms and follow them.
Mm-hmm.
I fly in a circle.
Alright,
While everybody is flying west.
Oh, and
I'm
then I
gonna
follow.
start flying west.
Nobody was flying west yet when I went in a circle. Just
yeah, just gonna start going west and keeping an eye out for any anything that might look hill giant in nature.
I will follow the gaseous form that I thought would be Vanya.
We all follow the Vanya gas.
Okay.
Phrasing.
As you guys raise into the air and begin flying westward, after, say, about an hour, you see what looks to be a small army off in the distance.
Are they Vikings? Are they spiders?
And as you look closer, they seem hill gianty in nature.
Oh,
Hill
okay.
giant
Fair
in
enough.
nature. Okay, we're in a good direction. We're going in the
Except-
right direction.
They're not fat, and not quite as tall, and they're a little more muscular.
Oh fuck.
Some of them only have one eye.
Fuck this bullshit.
And they seem to be marching forward to you guys, although you're well above them. Instead of it being a small army like you initially thought, as you get closer and closer, it turns into thousands of what you can only be assumed to be ogres and cyclops.
Oh,
Just fly right over it. Just fly right over it.
go
Yeah,
on, fly.
keep moving.
Which direction are they going?
And
You're
based
just
on
fine.
your passive insights, you are guessing they are marching toward the elven settlement.
Oh.
Oh.
Do we just say screw those people who would have maybe killed us and let them rot? Like,
Okay, but if we warn them, maybe they won't kill us.
that's
true.
Could be friends.
We
I'm
should
assuming I
probably
could
know
still
more sense of
have-
ogres and cyclops. Like, how many elves? How big? Did we ever get a notion of how big that elvish city was?
Nope, you never saw it.
Mhm.
And we never were
Just
told
curious, I
anything by
can-
the Ashari or whatever.
Nope, they just told you it was there.
Hmm.
It's that they don't like other elves and
Yep.
half elves, right? Okay.
Just curious, I can still cast spells while in this form, right?
No, you can dash and not
Yeah,
become
you can
a
only
thing.
You can dash and revert. That's it.
Oh, good, Mike's here. I can stop stalling.
Mike.
Yeah, so no, that's what you guys see as you fly westward. And so Mike, I'll fill you in on kind of what's been going on. They
I've been
are
listening
in...
on the stream.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so you know what's going on.
You got to
So
hear us
glad we
dick. Oh,
streamed.
you didn't get to hear us dick around for the first hour.
It was only 25 minutes.
33 to be exact.
Not that she's counting, but
Can we even stop help with it? Like, would 6 people even help stop 1,000 giants and cyclops?
nope.
We can't actually communicate to each other
No.
about
You cannot.
We cannot
Vanya keeps
communicate.
flying. Vanya flies in the direction that she would assume the Elven City is in.
Okay, so one of the forms of gas turns around.
Yeah.
I thought it was west.
You guys were southwest from the temple, from the Elven
Yeah,
Kingdom.
because we detoured after we.
Right.
Yeah, after they pointed arrows at us, we detoured.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Alright,
as
I
we're
guess all the flies
going-
go that way.
As we're going, I kind of want to try and get an idea of how fast it's moving and how far we're traveling and how long it might take this army to reach them.
You're traveling faster than an army.
Well, yeah, but I want to be able to give the city a semi-accurate description of how long is it going to take them to get here.
Okay, make a survival check.
Oh, here we go. No. Good job.
Hey!
Yeah, Ranger thing you're supposed to do.
Maybe a couple hours or so,
A ranger. They're a couple hours away from the city. Oh
approximately.
dear.
Well,
Can I get the sense that if we got Cyclops and that there's probably whether or not it might be nearby the piece? Because I would imagine Cyclops just don't organize like this.
You're not sure.
well, we're just blobbing. We're gas blobbing our way to the city.
Is everybody turning around and going?
I think everybody's
Yeah.
I guess so. It's not like
They
we
don't
can
want
really
blobs.
discuss
They'd
it.
be like, nah, man.
Yeah.
You really
Whoosh, whoosh,
discuss
I'm
it.
out.
Once we get there, we're going to lose the gaseous form to be able to talk to them, and then we're not going to be able to travel fast. So our current task will become null and void.
Well,
Or
the
just a
spell
lot
lasts
harder.
The spell itself lasts for 8 hours. You can revert between each form.
I did not know
Just takes
that.
Yep. Just takes
Okay.
It just takes a minute to do that.
Hey,
Oh,
good
okay.
to
We
know.
have 8 hours of gas. All right, cool. Yeah, let's go. We're flying.
Would have been helpful to know that before.
Yep, we're good. We flying.
I
Better
mean, it's
prepare.
also a level of magic unknown to all of you.
Yeah, unless you're a warlock, sorcerer, wizard.
It's still too high for you guys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't know what the hell that is.
So we get to the city, I take it?
Yep. Are you descending upon the city?
Just 6 gas blobs, just whoosh.
So what does the city look like? We can find a spot to touch down where we are the least likely to be shot immediately.
You see a bunch of trees.
Okay.
That's it.
Sick.
There's also a smaller mountain range on the northern side of the kingdom.
We just know that we're in the kingdom. We don't know where the. Okay.
Mike, I'll let you take over for this portion since you probably have an idea of what's going on with this.
All right, fair enough.
Stalling complete, Josh. You did good.
So, as you guys go flying over the treetops, looking for somewhere in the Elvish Kingdom to land and find someone, you eventually come to a section of the forest where there's a small mountain range that just seems to lift up out of the forest with trees rising up the slopes. And as you get closer, you can see that part of the stone seems to reflect the morning sunlight back at you. And as you get closer, you realize that it's not the side of the mountain itself, but a complex series of stone buildings that have been carved into the side of the mountain, topped with some kind of shining metal. And near the top of the mountain, you can see there is a immense structure of beautiful stonework that, if you had to guess, is probably some kind of palace.
Do we see any kind of movement?
As you descend down, you can see that this is actually a very heavily populated city. You can see many elves seem to just be going on their day with not a care in the world.
Cool. Is there anything I can roll? Try and figure out the spot I can land that is the least likely to result in me being shot.
Make a perception check.
I'm gonna get shot.
There it is.
Yeah.
As you look down on the sea of elves, it's just like you start to freak out as you notice that just like almost every single one of them that you look at has a bow and quiver on their back, and you can't seem to find any like space in the city that might be safe to land.
Then I'm not gonna land anywhere. I'm gonna stop.
Just floating there in the air.
Act like a cloud.
We're trying to avoid the situation of descending, being an Endor with spears pointed at us.
Hmm. I mean, maybe.
You all just start staring at each other as you realize none of you can talk while you're
Shit,
floating in the
yeah,
air.
you're right.
No, and it's a little awkward.
Now is when Ramona starts flying circles.
Yes, correct. No, I'm acting like a cloud, so like slightly like sidestepping so that I go with the wind.
I love
Amity-
you're going opposite all the other clouds.
I'm blending in. All the other clouds are staying still. I'm the one that's slowly drifting to the right.
I hear my cloud.
Is there like a front gate to this city somewhere? Or is it just like, is there like an entrance that we can see?
It just seems to disappear into the forest below.
Yeah, can we see if where the city starts and the forest begins?
They just seem to like meld into each other. The city doesn't end when it reaches the trees. There's more city underneath, like in the forest itself. What you're seeing on the side of the mountain is like the tip of the iceberg.
I fly down to the trees.
All right.
Does anybody seem to notice these weird
I try not to look like an aggressive cloud. I try to look like a nice passive cloud.
Well, hold on. Let me get my elf statistics out.
I'm acting
She
like
drifts
a cloud.
down in the shape of a heart or a peace sign.
Like, what do we look like? We just look like a ball of floating gas, or like what?
You look like cloud versions of each other.
So we're like humanoid-shaped clouds.
Yeah.
Oh, oh
Oh, well then, never mind.
no! I curl up into a ball, so I kind of look like a cloud as I'm floating.
And roll sideways.
All right. No one seems to notice you guys as you are just kind of floating around above.
Yeah, I'm going to the trees in a ball, so I look kind of cloudy and not like a human cloud. This is not gonna work.
Make a stealth check, I guess.
Okay, yeah.
Stealth
Cloud
check?
stealth.
Would this be stealth? Would it be acrobatics, performance, maybe?
Which would you like? I can give you stealth.
Yeah, I'll
or
take
I can
stealth.
give
It's
you-
fine.
okay. I was like, give me stealth
The
or
purpose of
acrobatics,
this
both
is
of
you're
them are great.
trying to be unnoticed, so I'll take stealth.
Okay, 17. That's with a 4, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. So you're floating down to the treetops. Are you descending into the trees, or are you just hanging out at the treetops?
Well, I want to get to like the treetops and see if I can like peek in through like the treetops without actually
Well,
like
I mean,
going in. Or is it like really thick canopy?
it's really thick canopy. You would have to like travel into the canopy in order to see on the other side,
All right,
which would not be hard for you because you're made out of air right now.
I just poked my head through. Not my whole body, just my head.
Okay. You poke your head through, and as you kind of have to descend a bit more because the canopy is not like a thin line. It's
Yeah.
a thick, lush
I mean, it's not like in
branches.
Games.
but as you get to the bottom of the canopy, you poke your head out of that, and as you look around, you see that it's not as congested as it was in the city proper up on the mountain, but there are still a hell of a lot of elves in the trees around you.
Oh yay, do I see a place that looks like I could land and not be seen?
Make a perception check.
28. Natural 20.
Yeah, you look around and you see where there's like a small kind of I don't even know what to call this. Just like a grouping of trees that you think you might be able to will give you enough cover to at least solidify before anyone notices you.
Cool, I go
Yeah.
there. I do that.
Like,
Good thing.
like an alcove.
An outcropping of trees, yes. I
All right. So as you go doing that, everybody else just watched Rowan the Cloud descend and disappear into the trees. What would you all like to do?
Try to follow her.
All
Fine.
right.
Find a similar spot nearby to do the same thing.
Okay. So
Yeah, I'll go.
Me too.
sure. Then everybody starts floating down. I would like everybody else to also make stealth checks.
Oh no.
This will be great.
No. Oh, okay.
Sorry, everybody.
Good.
I'm gone.
Good
Eh,
start.
this is not a good idea.
I just came
Okay.
back from the dead.
Above average. Ooh, yep.
Bad for Mona.
Carrying us down, dragging us down a little.
You're welcome.
It's all up to you, Nestor. Okay.
How the
Not
fuck?
terrible.
That's a +2. That's surprising.
Well, there was a 5% chance that you would get that number.
Yep. Statistics at work.
So, you all float down into this outcropping of trees and think real hard about being solid again. And then a minute later, you do so. You are all now solid, hidden within this outcropping of trees. Yeah. What would you like to do now?
Didn't think that far ahead.
Yeah, clearly.
We just-
Can we cast spells in this form, or is it still no spells?
Well, you're solid now, so your statistics are back to normal.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I don't think we're the ones concentrating on the spell anyway.
I wasn't concerned about that. I'm gonna cast seeming on all of us
All right,
and make us look human.
Oh, that's
making you
awesome.
look human. All
Wait,
right.
wait.
Well,
human is
maybe
Yeah.
no.
Oh,
Not human.
Elven.
No.
Elven.
Nope.
oh,
Nope. Hang
Well,
on.
similar elven.
Well, if he's gonna kill elves on sight. Okay, before she casts, she's gonna be like, okay, what do we want to be?
Probably a similar look to
We all
them.
look like- yeah, them.
Weren't we humans last time?
Yeah, we were humans last time and they were fine.
Well, fine. They told us to go away.
Yeah, but then we'll be like,
Mhm.
okay, we'll leave, but you should just know that army is marching towards you guys. Have fun, okay, bye, and then we leave.
And then
Yeah.
1,000 arrows get put into our bodies.
and then you leave after concentrating for another minute to try and turn back to cloud form.
As we then get turned
Hey,
into
guys, you're all
pincushions.
Immediate danger in a couple hours from a giant army. Peace.
We saw it as clouds.
Yeah, we saw it as clouds. And I was like, "Yes, clouds,
Hey
fine."
man, you just gotta be like, we just came to help you guys out because we were traveling west and we saw this big scary thing that's gonna be like a few hours away. We used magic to be fast, so you guys should be careful.
You're assuming
mean,
we're
you
gonna
don't
be
have
able
to-
to say all this before we get shot.
And then we turn it into
I mean,
pincushions.
they spoke to us first last time. They didn't just shoot right away. So
Starts
Yeah, I
turning
think
back
so.
into a cloud form.
Yeah, just curious. Just curious, how far was that army from the city?
It was a couple of hours.
Which for you was like quite a few miles.
Yeah, it's
Um,
just-
Did you say we saw like a palace or something? I thought I heard that. Maybe it was my mind.
Yeah, there's a great big structure up on the side of the mountain that kind of looked like, if you had to guess, it was probably a palace.
Why don't we just become clouds again, go up really high, and then come down on the palace?
as you say this,
talk
I
to the
turned
people on
into
the
a cloud.
I think because immediately descending on the palace would put them immediately on guard.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Also pincushion.
So what do? Just go out into this crowd and then hope
Alert
We don't get shot.
Alert the guards is all you can do. Oh wait, I'm already a cloud.
I was gonna say, I'm like, you're a cloud, you can't talk.
Yeah, I think the best plan to
Alright, Emily, just make us
Take-
look like the rest of these elves. Make us look like these ones.
Okay, she does that. On who, all the people she can.
All the people you
Turn
can.
back
All right.
into-
Yes.
Turning
Other
Sounds
back
good.
two clouds,
into
essentially.
normal.
So,
All the people that aren't clouds.
as you cast your spell, the two people that were clouds are now floating humans.
Oh,
Whoa.
God. We broke
Oh,
it.
right,
Great.
because you specified human.
What?
What? No, she said
No,
elves.
I said elves.
Oh, you did say elves. Floating
Yeah.
elves.
Oh God, wait.
The point was they're floating because they're still technically cloud,
Yes,
but they
that was
look
cloud.
like
That was cloud.
solid elves.
Okay.
I think we should have just been us.
Too late.
We're
I
gonna
mean,
be
I could drop it.
nice looking like this.
I mean, to be fair, turning back
Okay.
into a
Well,
normal person, she can't go anywhere near the city
Yeah, I can't go anywhere near this
with her
place.
heritage.
No. Anyways, looking the way I do,
You would
I
get
will
turned
walk
more
out.
into a pin. You would be the first one to become a pincushion.
I would. I will walk out very nonchalantly by myself, one at a time, from behind this tree or these trees,
yeah,
and walk into the crowd.
Okay.
hands up.
Hands up.
What? Why the hands up? The hands are not necessary.
Trying to show that we're not holding weapons.
They don't even know we look like that.
Yeah.
What are
As far as they know,
what are you making yourself guilty until proven it?
I have it.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. Okay.
Anyways, I came out first, not with my hands up. Then just strolled into the crowd, moseyed on in.
Alright. As you make your way into the crowd, I would like you to either make a performance or deception check.
ooh.
What'd you say? I didn't hear anything.
performance or deception.
Performance or deception?
Yep, whichever one you would like
no,
to do.
never mind. I'll take deception. 23.
Nice.
Alright.
I forgot this character is not like my other one. She has charisma. Oh my god.
Yeah,
This
as you disappear into the crowd doesn't seem to notice anything strange about you. What is the rest of the party doing?
From the mountains.
I mean, we shouldn't separate,
Yeah, isn't there
No.
like a is
so
there
I'm
like
gonna
a
follow.
yeah?
I'm still asking the question. I still just want to know how far we are.
How far what?
We are from the palace from here.
Well, from what you can guess, because you're in the forest part now, say
Because I mean,
a
I
bit of a
assume we
ways,
down
not
to
like
the
not
tree
quite a
right
mile yet.
Okay, that's fine.
Less than a mile. There you go. Nice big
Cool.
range for you.
Nice.
Oh, yeah,
I'll start walking that way.
yeah. Gonna join. Start walking that way.
Yeah.
All right. I would like everybody else
I was gonna say,
who's
you
also entering the crowd to make deception or performance checks. Your
I-
choice.
I'm keeping myself a distance away from the group, though. I came out first. I would like to point that out that I'm not standing next
I
to
know.
them. Okay.
Yeah, trying to
still
make it
staying
seem.
We should probably spread out. Like, go in.
Yeah,
for sure.
go in.
Miss, you just came out with your hands up, so you're fucked.
I appreciate that my role reflects my bad choices.
Actually, I'm gonna follow Zars's lead with the cloud thing. It seems like a good idea.
So you're just gonna be floating elves.
Suspicious at all.
I'm gonna stay out of sight. Stay out of sight. Just if I need to get down on the ground, I at least look like an elf.
I was
I
gonna
am.
say I kept getting interrupted. but I let people finish. I was going to say I am floating as a cloud, but I'm on the ground, looking like I'm standing, but still staying behind the trees, and I'm not going forward into the group.
Staying out of direct line of sight.
Staying out of
Good
sight.
idea.
So Zaris is just staying back from everything.
Yes.
Okay. And Zephyr, you're staying with Zaris?
I'm also staying out of sight.
All
Things
right.
go south. We at least need two people who aren't going to be turned into pincushions immediately.
I like your faith in us.
All right.
I like to not be a pincushion.
So, the four ladies, who are all looking like elves now, go walking into the crowd. Ramona, Rowan, and Amity. No one seems to notice anything weird about
Oh,
Vanya as you go walking into the crowd.
I can't.
You notice that a couple people are like looking at you weird,
Oh no.
and then finally like one of these elves just kind of turns to you mid stride and is like, "Excuse me, miss, are you all right?
They speaking common or
Why do you
Elvish?
have your hands up?" They are speaking Elvish to you.
Okay, well, I'll reply back in Elvish. I'm sorry, I'm a little spooked. I came from a few hours away, and there's something coming. I need to talk to somebody in the guard immediately.
Oh, okay. Well, there should be a guard post just right up the way.
Thank you. I will put my hands down and start walking in that direction.
It was like a really important question, so you had to have both hands up.
Yes.
Teacher. Teacher, pick me.
All right. So Vanya goes walking one way. Rowan, Ramona, Amity, you see her going in a way that's not. It's not the same direction you guys are going, but it's like
I will
it's
subtly
almost
change paths
yeah.
and follow her, but not like right with her.
Yes, Sam.
okay.
Like a stranger.
All
Just happens to be
right.
walking in the same direction
Sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
for a while.
All right.
I'm gonna just go and walk with her.
Okay.
Don't
So
mind me.
you just catch up to Vanya.
Yeah.
We're traveling in twos. I'll travel with Amity.
Alright,
I
sounds
was
good.
gonna say, quick stock. Who speaks Elvish and who doesn't?
Amity does not.
I was gonna say this is
I-
a safe thing. I do. You
I do.
Cool.
We're good.
So
We split it up
just-
well.
Good. Okay.
Just Amity.
Kind of like whisper to her, like, just hand motions.
Okay.
Pretend you don't speak.
All right.
Okay.
So, Zaris and Zephyr, as they continue to get farther away from you, you do start to kind of lose them in the crowd. What would you like to do? Zaris and Zephyr.
Absolutely
doing?
nothing.
All right, so you guys are just staying there, letting them go
Staying
off to
back.
do their thing.
Yep.
All right,
Staying
sounds
back.
good.
Out of sight.
They've got it
Keep an eye
handled.
on things.
All
These got
right,
a hand.
sounds
At
good.
least we're nearby.
Okay. So, the rest of you continue walking for a couple minutes in pairs, apparently. And Vanya, you can see that there is kind of like a small structure where you can see a couple elves just kind of hanging out outside wearing this very kind of decorative wooden carved armor.
I will walk up to them and
Alright.
say, still talking in Elvish.
Mhm.
I saw something when I was out hunting. Who was the best person for me to report it?
Oh, well, good morning to you too. Suppose you could talk to the captain about that? Go on in.
Thank you. So, very awkwardly nod my head
Just,
and go inside.
I just wave at him and follow.
We're outside in case shit goes sideways. Yeah.
Okay. So, Vanya and Ramona, you go inside, and you can see that there is an elf sitting at a desk, and as you enter, they look up and they say, "Hello, can I help you with something?"
Yes, good morning. I was hunting outside the city, and I saw something, some urgent attention. There's an army marching this way, a few hours out.
An army.
Yes,
Okay. Do you know army it is?
I didn't catch all of that.
Do you know who the army belongs to? What did the soldiers look like?
It was made up of ogres and cyclopses.
An army of ogres and cyclops.
I know it seems hard to believe, but I swear I'm telling the truth.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh no. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey.
Alright? I've got a backup plan. It still doesn't work.
Oh, oh
Got a
man, I
non-
should have.
I've got a non-violent backup plan if this doesn't work.
Hooray! I totally should have spoke up and like helped or something because I'm pretty persuasive. It's okay though.
Use your words. Use your words.
Nah, she was on a roll. She got it.
You
Or
were
I should have done
Okay.
hard things
Uh,
and fired. It's fine.
Well, where exactly did you see this army? And you see out a piece of parchment and start.
Am I able to pinpoint on there?
Yes. Where did you see them?
That a direction.
there.
Like as Vanya, would I be able to? Would I, for my survival check, would I be able to point out where it is on the map? Because her human is bad with direction.
Maybe. You'd have to look at a map, which you haven't really been able to do since you've been on this continent.
West.
Yeah, we. So then I guess they're coming from the east.
No,
We
it's
were
west.
no wait, they're heading west. They're heading
We were
west.
going west. Then we turned back to come tell them.
Hitting
Okay, BB.
All right, west. How far west?
A few hours out. Would I be able to give him an accurate number with my ranger?
Make a survival check.
Here we go.
Ooh, you're doing good today, Caleb.
Listen, this game owes me.
Naturally.
And,
Yeah.
Bow shots.
Eh.
1-1-1-1-1-1-1.
and this is where the jinx happens.
Survival check 777.
Yeah.
Can everyone hear me?
Nope.
Yes,
Now we can.
Yeah.
Oh. I said you can guesstimate about 60 miles to the west.
Was I able to get a ballpark estimate of how many?
Seemed like thousands.
Okay. About 60 miles to the west. They numbered in the thousands, if possible.
The thousands. All right. Let me just check something.
Rowan's just gonna kind of like look at Amity outside and be like, "What? Seems very calm."
Yeah, well, 60 miles to
Yeah.
the west, and they're be here in a couple hours. Are they like running full speed?
You guys got here in a couple hours because
Oh.
you were flying through the air.
That's what I was really
Yeah,
confused
that's it.
about, because when you were explaining it, I wasn't sure if you were talking about like we traveled in a couple of hours or they were going to be there in a couple of hours.
You traveled in a couple of hours.
Okay.
Okay, because she asked
Then
you a question
I would not
earlier.
have said. I would not have said the couple of hours part. Then really
Yeah.
confused as to which it was.
Because she did ask you earlier that how long before you think it would take them to get here, and you said a couple hours.
Oh, I didn't even
So-
hear that question.
Yeah,
I must have
there's
misheard.
definitely been some confusion then. So, because that's what I'm thinking, like 60 miles, couple hours. What?
Yeah, you guys got there in a couple hours because you were flying like
Well, yeah.
a lot faster than the average person can move across
Okay.
land.
This seems like a lot less of an urgent need than it was a couple of minutes ago in my mind. So yeah, I would tell him 60 miles to the west, they're numbered in the thousands.
Okay.
Heading this way.
And what was your name?
Oh no.
Insert generic elven name number 3.
Jezebel.
My name is Thea.
Thea. Okay. And where is your place of residence, in case we need to contact you?
Fuck.
I don't really spend much time in town. The crowds make me uncomfortable. I can find a space in the nearest. I honestly don't spend much time in town, I'm sorry.
That kind of throws off the captain, and they kind of like look up from the paper. It looks like, who do you work for?
I'm a hunter.
Right. Which hunter's guild do you hunt for?
This is our
my God.
part, friends.
Oh no.
And you wonder why we're staying back in the trees.
Where's the fireball when you need it?
Amity!
He's a cloud at the moment.
Amity's not a cloud. She will fireball the fuck out of these people.
Banish him. No.
Gonna look at Ramona. And then she'll say,
We keep to ourselves.
Look at Ramona.
That's illegal.
Well, who do you work for?
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
Sir, I'm going to speak plainly with you. And I'm going to hope that it does not cost. I am telling the absolute truth when I say there is a Cyclops and an ogre army coming this way. However, I was informed by a friend that in my usual state, I would be shot on sight. And I thought that bringing you this information was worth the risk. My name is Vanya. I am a half-elf, and I have found myself on a strange continent, and I honestly don't know what the hell I'm doing. I don't work for anyone in this city. I saw trouble was coming. I wanted to try.
As soon as you say you're a half elf, the captain gives a little bit of a gasp, and you hear them say under their breath, Oathlier, which roughly translates to common as like a derogatory term for half breed.
Yeah.
And
Is
then
Is it a
what's
term
that?
I've heard used against myself before?
No. Being from Wildmounts, you've never heard the term before. It sounds strange to you, actually.
Okay.
Because like it roughly translates to like half breed, but like it's not like a perfect translation. So you think it might mean something a bit worse than
Yeah.
half breed that is kind of lost in translation.
I'm certainly being insulted.
Yeah, exactly. And then the captain yells, "Guard!" And
Do we hear
I
this?
need
Shift,
Okay.
the two of you to roll initiative. I will bring you out onto the map real quick. Let's just use.
Oof.
All right, back up. Let's go.
Mm, actually, you know what? You can just use the ones on the title screen. Those are good enough. Just use those tokens for your initiative. This is going to be theater of the mind anyway.
The one on the I can't click mine.
Oh, will it not even let you click? Okay, then never mind. I'll bring you onto it. Hey, Ramona's still dead on this map.
Fun.
That's terrible.
Rude.
Actually, it was me that marked myself with the X, so I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not that offended. Boop, there, I'm alive now.
All right. Well, Vanya, you rolled better initiative, so you get to go first.
Okay. Um. I have no way of dropping sealing.
Do it.
I don't have a way of dropping it.
Do the thing.
How do you drop? You can drop seeming? Like, what do you do?
I am not going to draw my weapon.
I can drop it on us.
Oh wait, you have the concentration on it, don't you? No.
No, but
No,
I can
Amity
just,
does.
I can dispel it.
Okay. I'm gonna put my hands up. I'm gonna use. I can, if I try to cast Zone of Truth on myself, I can choose to fail the save, right?
That is true, yes.
How is this happening?
Doesn't that also mean everybody within range of you also has to make the save?
Yeah, well,
Yep.
then at least we're all gonna be honest with each other. Yeah, I'm gonna keep my hands away from my weapon, and I'm gonna cast Zone of Truth.
In fact, put your hands up.
Okay.
This is the correct time to put my hands up.
This is-
And my wisdom, my charisma, or no, it's a ranger spell. So yeah, my spell save is 13. If anybody is
13. All right. And what is it? A charisma save? All right.
I could actually probably succeed if I tried.
So you cast your spell and put your hands up on your turn, and then on their turn,
and then I'm gonna say, I'm not here to hurt you. I'm here to try and give you a warning.
so Amity and Rowan, you see the two guards that were hanging out outside of the building that Vanya and Ramona go in, kind of get startled and run inside to investigate something.
I follow them. Yep.
Roll initiative.
Oh.
Sweet.
Pulling out the popcorn.
Oh yeah, good job, dude. Oh yeah.
All right. And so the two guards come in behind you two, Ramona and Vanya, and one says, "Captain, what's going on?" And the captain yells, "These two are in some kind of disguise. She's an Oathleer." To which they gasp as well.
God.
And move towards the two of you as if to try and grapple you.
Well, I'm not going to resist. That's how people get shot.
Yep.
So you're letting them grapple you then?
Yeah.
Okay, then I don't need the roll. Okay, then Rowan, it's your turn. Something's going on in the guard outpost.
Oh no. Is this like a one floor situation, 2-story?
It's more of like it's more of like a large tent, kind of reminiscent to like a guard outpost on like the edge of a parking lot. It's not a big place. It's literally just like a place for guards to be when they're not on patrol.
Does it have like a doors kind of situation? Like,
It's like an
Glass
open.
tent.
It's an open kind of doorway.
okay. So, like, from just outside, can we see everything that's going on inside?
Uh, kinda. You can see the back of the two elves who seem to be moving agitatedly.
Can I see Vanya and Mona?
Um, make a perception check.
Oh boy. 10.
You do not.
Fitting combat music.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is some great combat music. um, I'm gonna run up behind one of the two guards.
As you run up behind the guards, you can see that they are currently grappling your friends.
Who aren't resisting.
Who's not resisting?
Kind of hard to tell in the chaos of it.
That
I
makes
know,
sense.
it's all happening within a couple seconds of each
It's all
other.
happening so fast. Get it.
I'm gonna try and grapple the guard grappling Ramona.
Okay, go ahead and just roll me an unarmed strike attack.
Okay. 25.
Alright, you grab a hold of him, and he turns around like, "What the hell are you doing? Who are you?"
She's just gonna be like, let go of my friend.
This one's in on it! Also, Rowan, I need you to make a charisma save.
Oh no.
You can't do this.
Oh,
Also,
I think I-
Ramona, did you make a... Oh wait, it hasn't been your turn yet, never mind.
It has not been my turn yet.
I think you
Yeah.
said it's a 13, right, Kayla?
It's a 13.
I'm good.
Alright, cool. Anything else you wanted to do on your turn there, Rowan? That was technically just one attack.
I know, but I can't exactly grapple two people at the same time, can I?
I think there's a rule against that.
Probably. I feel like
Yeah.
that would make sense.
Yeah.
Can I... Well, wait, can I hit the other one while grappling the other one? Just hit him?
Oh,
No.
you can hit them, yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna try and hit the other one that's holding Vanya. This is so bad. Why am I doing this?
Roll attack, I guess.
16.
Your Omri is showing?
Rowan had a really bad session last week, okay? She's having a rough time.
That actually misses. You punch right into the one of like the wooden panels of its half plate armor.
I guess
Or
I'll
I guess
try
it's a
and hit him again.
it's a breastplate actually.
I guess that hits.
Yes, that will definitely hit.
And I'll try and stun him.
Okay.
16? DC 16?
That is a fail. So the one grabbing Ramona is stunned and lets go of her.
Oh. I'm still just waiting my turn.
And Ramona, it's your turn. Make me a charisma save.
Okay. Charisma save. I think I beat it.
I think you did.
Literally doubled it.
Wait, so is Amity in the room yet?
No, you don't see Amity anywhere yet.
Okay, honestly though, I'm not gonna move from where I'm standing, even though the dude beside me is grappled or is stunned.
Okay.
I'm gonna just cast message to Amity and be like, I think you should drop seeming. And then I'll just be like, look, out loud, we're trying to help. We weren't trying to do anything bad. That's it. My hands are up.
All right.
Honesty is the best policy.
Yeah, I just punched them.
This is also true though. Oh well, it's all happening so fast.
Amity, you get this message. Do you reply at all?
She's okay.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right, Amity, it's your turn.
I guess I'll drop seeming then.
Oh, God.
And run into the
Okay.
room.
Great. Chaos is good. It's just
so-
a misunderstanding.
Chaos.
What
She
happened?
runs into the room.
Playing a drow, a half elf, and a human walking to a bar.
Walking to a guard post.
Don't forget the demon person that just ran into the fucking room.
No, it's fine, guys. I can't wait for us all to make new characters next week.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Um,
really fun.
What do you mean
Just don't get
all?
arrested. It's okay.
She's walking into the room, and then after she drops seeming, she runs into the room because that's the smartest thing to do.
Uh-huh. Alright.
And then she's like, this is a big misunderstanding.
Make a charisma save.
Okay.
Oh yeah. That's not a truth.
And what's this all? Zaris and Zephyr are now turned back into clouds. We're
Literally
fine.
just like floating around. Like, I wonder how it's going in there.
Oh,
Look
we're
how low
fucked.
that
Yeah.
cloud is. That's
Well-
so odd.
Now that
Alright,
we've seen ourselves shift back to clouds.
Anything you wanted to do as an action there, Amity, it technically doesn't take an action to drop a concentration.
She's just gonna put her hands up.
Okay. Well, as soon as the well, as soon as the spell drops, a lot of people look at you, Amity, in shock because you have horns, and then you go running through the crowd, and like people like back up, like, oh god, don't touch it.
Wait, didn't she
Ah.
drop it when she got
These people are horrible. Why do you want that?
Yeah, I thought we were like right outside.
Oh, it sounded like you guys said you were waiting from across the street.
Oh, I thought I heard Taylor say that she waited till she got into the outpost to drop seeming, but maybe
Yeah.
Oh, I heard her say she dropped it and then ran across.
I figured I dropped it and then ran into the room. That's what I meant.
Right, yeah. So,
Like
you
ran
dropped
into
it and then
ran
ran
into like
across
the
the
main
street to
room.
get to the room.
Like dropping it as I'm going inside.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
anyway, as soon as you dropped it though, Captain yells, "Drow!"
Oh,
and then a bunch of people freak out
Fucking-
outside.
Oh god, this is bad.
This is great.
Oh, this is so bad.
Oh, it's good. Just
All right,
Hands
Fania,
up.
it's your turn. You are currently grappled. You are grappled by a grappled person.
I'm going to stay in my grapple
oh my god.
and I'm going to say we're wasting time arguing like this. If you'd like to escort us out of the city, we'll be out of your way. We were just trying to give you some warning.
You're being way too reasonable for what's going on in this situation.
As the drow is punch, 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 punch.
Is that all you're doing, Vanya?
I don't have any other useful spells to cast.
Okay.
She's like, I'm a
Unless
ranger, I'm not built for this.
Unless I'm gonna start stabbing people.
So I know you said stabbing people, but Discord made it sound like you said dabbing people,
That's what I heard.
and that just sounds funnier.
Yeah, just constant dabbing.
Just dab on the haters. Okay.
Oh my god.
1 hour, 13 minutes into the recording.
All right.
I wonder what's gonna happen here on this turn. I think I
So
know what's gonna-
one of the guards is stunned, so they don't do anything.
Yep.
The captain is going
Basically,
to
animal.
run up to Ramona and grab her.
I don't resist.
The grappled guard is going to let go of Vanya to turn around and attack.
attack me. I'm guessing you cut out.
Yes, attack Rowan.
Yeah, okay. 20 to hit.
Holy shit, okay. I rolled really well on those and hit all 3 times. So he whips out a long sword and slashes that across your chest twice for a total of 17 damage, and then comes in with a short sword offhand and stabs you again for another 6 damage, so a total of 23 points of damage.
Oh, okay, you made that sound way worse than it was.
Still pretty bad.
Alright, and it's your turn, Rowan.
This is what do? Hang on. Um, she's gonna let go of the guard that she's grappling. And then I guess in Elvish, since that's, I'm assuming, what everyone's speaking.
They are
Just
speaking
randomly
Elvish, yes.
switch to common, I highly doubt. And she's just gonna kind of mumble something about being unable to stop the impending army and step of the wind and run away.
Okay. Okay. So,
I'm going to use my bonus action to dash.
Okay.
And
Using action to disengage then, or other way around, doesn't really matter.
I guess either, yeah, just, you know, there will be a disengage, a dash, and then using my movement also.
Gotcha. Alright, so
90 feet total.
you go running out into the street, running 90 feet away from the guard outpost.
I like to think I run into the forest away from the people.
Well, I mean, the people are everywhere. It's not like... It's not like there's a street with forest on either end. It's like people just like walking around, like the trees. Like, it's, yeah.
Okay.
It's.
I try and run back, sort of, kind of in the direction that I came from, to like where there was less people, sort of.
Sure.
Back to that little outcropping of trees, if I can.
Sure. Well, you go running through the crowd to do so because of all the people, which everybody like
starts screaming in horror.
Starts screaming, "Oh my God! There's a drow in the city! Someone help! Drow! Oh my God!"
Fancy.
Oh man.
Such panic, many shock.
Ramona, your turn.
I've been grabbed by guard captain.
You are grabbed by the guard captain.
I think we should be worrying about the army, not us. Please. That's it.
Okay. Amity, your turn.
Great. Yeah. She's just like, if anyone speaks common in here, yeah, I agree.
Speak up.
Oh man.
Not built for this.
No, clearly.
Definitely not.
This is not where this is not what I thought was going to happen tonight.
I don't think anyone
Same.
I was
Oh my
open
God.
scared.
Hang on 1 second.
Yeah, Josh thought you guys were gonna go right when you went left.
We always
No,
go
I
right.
thought you were
Wait.
gonna go. I thought you were gonna go straight, and you decided to go inside out.
There's still a chance to go right.
Yeah, for Saras and Zephyr.
Look, guys, I clearly just want to be arrested, apparently. I just don't want to die again.
So Amity spends her turn being a tourist.
No. Hang on.
Okay.
I'm not thinking.
All right.
Spell to go through. Just
Being,
give me a second.
being a tourist.
I just picture Malcolm from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade just like walking through the Arabian Tower. Just does anyone here speaks English?
Yeah.
Okay. We're trying to strategize here.
Any minute now, Amity.
I know.
I don't know what we're doing.
That's the understatement of this whole session. That's the understatement of this campaign.
Okay. I'm gonna run over to Vanya and dimension door us as close as I can to the exit of the city, I guess.
Okay. As a reminder, you haven't seen the exit of the city.
I was gonna say.
Well, okay. I'll dimension door us. How far away are we?
Ooh, put us on the roof.
From
Ooh, yeah, I'll put us on the roof.
Don't!
What's happening?
We can right there for a minute, and then we can go.
Go back to where we appeared.
We hunker down.
Oh,
This is terrible. We're not even going any direction now. We're just.
Hey, I can use it again next turn. It's okay.
So, where are you dimension dooring?
Onto the roof.
The roof of like the tent-sized hut you guys are in right now.
Oh, I didn't know it was a tent.
Oh my god, Taylor.
Well, if we're not dimension dooring onto the roof, then I'm gonna dimension door where we came from. Like as close as I can to wherever we vamped in.
So the two of you teleport 500 feet in the direction you came from.
Yes.
All right. Vanya, it's your turn.
I'm gonna look at Amity.
She just shrugs.
I mean, we warned them, but I'm gonna look around for a place that we can try and hide.
All right. As you're kind of standing amidst a bunch of people who are now looking at the two of you for shock, make a perception check.
Yeah, I'm hoping that the shock will allow us to run away.
Just a half elf and a demon.
All right. You don't really see anywhere like obviously you could hide. Like there are a bunch of trees, but there's no like the trees are spread out enough that people are just easily walking between the trees. So just going behind a tree is someone's going to see you. So you don't really see anywhere you can hide. So yeah.
Just run.
Well, I'm gonna roll with the shock factor. I'm gonna try to identify where the exit is, and I'm just gonna book it and yell for Amity to follow me.
I'm assuming you mean where Xeris and Zephyr is, because once again, don't know where the exit is.
Yeah.
So great, you go running that way.
Mike sounds so unimpressed.
I'm just happy Kato isn't here right now, because he'd just be like, what did I leave
Same.
these children, these drunk children?
I like how it'll be like, if Kato comes back, it'll be like, so,
Look, if Kato is
what the
here,
fuck did you
Ramona
guys
Rose
do?
died. Like,
You'll be like, so
So-
apparently Ceres and Zephyr are the only ones who had good ideas.
I
Their
stand by the fact that
their
this was
good
not
ideas were
terrible.
doing nothing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, precisely.
And we're not in a combat right now, are we? Huh?
I would not
Yeah.
consider this combat, and we have advanced to the plot.
Initiative
Alright.
was rolled. It's combat.
So, the elf captain yells at the two other elves, one to go after the drow, and the other one to go alert the main guard force, basically, while he continues to hold on to Ramona that was left behind.
It's okay. I can get out of it whenever I want.
A little too late for Ramona. You don't scare me.
No.
Well, yeah, that's going to be the elf's turns. They just go running. Rowan, your turn. You look back to see one of the elves in pursuit, about 30 feet behind you. Not moving nearly as fast as you are.
Sucker. I'm gonna do the same thing again this turn. I'm just gonna keep on yelling about the impending ogre and Cyclops army that is gonna destroy this town or city.
It's
while
3 to 1
running
days.
through the crowd. Also, occasionally just yelling gibberish in Undercommon just to seem scary. Literally just being like yelling random words like potato. like potato and butterfly, just to seem like she's swearing at them or something, but she's
All
not.
right.
And then I'll use another key point for Step of the Wind again on this turn, and just
Sounds good.
so yeah, another 90 feet of movement. Also, again, I'm just trying to find. I'm also looking for a place that I can hide, if I can find one.
Okay. Make a perception check.
24.
You look around and realize there's nowhere on the ground that you can hide, and then you realize the trees. They can't see me if I go up into the trees, into the canopy.
So I'm looking essentially for a place where I can climb into a tree without being seen,
Yeah,
which
technically.
will be
Yeah.
probably my next turn, I guess.
All right, Ramona, it's your turn.
Hi. I'm grappled. I'm gonna just say, look, we were just trying to help, okay? But now you know and can believe us or not, but,
You brought Drow into this city.
okay, never mind, you're boring. I'm gonna cast and hopefully
Alright.
blink out. No, I don't, it's fine.
Nope.
It'll be really cool next turn, don't worry about it.
So you just aggressively cast a spell in their face.
Grr, and nothing happens.
Yep.
Yup.
All right. Amity, your turn.
Okay. God damn it. So I'm wondering if I should go back and get Ramona or not. So I guess yeah, she's not gonna leave her there. She's gonna dimension door back into the room.
All right. So Amity suddenly appears back in the guard outpost next to the captain and Ramona.
Hello again.
This poor captain.
Ah, you summoned a demon!
Oh
Because I can't blink.
Blinking failed, and then a demon appeared because she cast dimension door. So he's like, "Oh shit!"
She's gonna put a hand on Ramona to prepare for next turn, and that's all she's gonna do.
Oh my gosh, if I blink out though.
It's fine.
She can
We're
dimension door
fine.
herself out. It's fine.
Yeah. I'll try it, and if it doesn't work, it's fine.
You can also use an action to end blink.
But well, I guess she was getting me out no matter what.
Anyway,
We'll find out.
Vanya, it's your turn. Amity just bamfed away.
I'm gonna assume that she is going back for Ramona. I am going to keep running and keep trying to find my own place to hide.
Okay. Make a perception check.
No.
Nope.
Oh,
No.
So as you're running,
yeah.
you find a nice bush you think might be the perfect hiding spot. And you sit there for a couple seconds before you realize that your back end is just completely sticking out. And then you're like, fuck this, and keep running.
Good lord. What have we done?
This
We're
is
never doing
incredible.
again. We're
This is
never doing
incredible.
again.
Oh,
Alright,
I think you mean every time we do anything.
The captain yells, "Die, demon!" and attacks Amity
Oh, no.
twice.
Oh no!
Oh god.
And holy shit, I rolled shit.
Yay!
Yay.
Both of those were below a 10.
Good.
Nice.
I was gonna
I'm
use
just
shield
so
anyway.
startled by everything that's happening. It's like I don't know what to do.
Alright. Rowan,
So
it's your
done.
turn.
I don't know what I want to do.
So how far behind is that guard now?
Did
He was 30
you
feet
spend
last turn.
your action and your bonus action dashing?
I mean, I can't wait. I can use dash as a action? Question?
Yeah. Yeah.
Since when? What?
You can always you can always dash as an action.
Oh yeah, no, yeah,
You-
no,
you-
that's,
yeah.
yeah, no, it's as a bonus action. So yes, it would have been 1, 2, 3. My
Then
bad.
he is like, you completely left him in the dust. He's like 150 feet behind you.
Can he even see me anymore? Like, I guess he probably knows where I am just by the screaming.
Yeah. Yeah, you can guess it's probably he can deduce which way you're going.
Okay, cool. How many people are like around me right now? Like, if I just try and jump in a tree, people will see me.
You are in a crowd of elves.
Up in the canopy, does that count as dim light?
I mean, technically, yeah. It's there are a couple darker spots that could be considered dim, where the sun does not shine as much.
Sick. Okay, I'm gonna try and climb a tree.
All right, make an athletics check.
Oh no! Oh no! 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 Oh, thank God.
All right. You start running up the tree, and you get, I'd say, yeah, most of the way up it, near the canopy. It's like the canopy's like 60 feet up, and you get like 40 feet up.
Am I in dim light where I am now in this tree?
No.
Shit. Alright. I will. So can I like still run between like the branches of the trees? Even though I'm not like up in the top of the canopy? Or am I
Well,
just
there's-
hugging this tree right now?
You're like hugging the tree right now. This tree, like, there's no branches this low on the tree.
So I'm just stuck here till my next turn when I can keep climbing more.
Basically, yeah.
Sick.
Is that it?
Cool. Yep. Peaked at 150 feet. I should be okay. Yep.
All right. Ramona, your turn.
I was less worried about this when he hadn't attacked Amity. So I'm gonna I guess I will. Okay. I'm gonna cast hold person on him. And I'm gonna heighten it so he has disadvantage.
Okay.
Jesus.
I know this is going great, guys. It's fine.
Oh yeah, it's fine. It's totally fine. I'm just
Yeah,
stuck
that-
in a tree like a cat. Vanya can't find a bush to like hide in to save her life. Amity's just dimension dooring around the city. This guard thinks we're demon summoning now. And then the guys are literally just like
Yeah, but
fucking
I
jacking
think he
off
was the
their
only
wife.
guard in here, right? The captain,
yeah.
the rest all ran after Rowan.
Yeah,
I
the
mean-
others ran away.
Yeah.
I mean, we're still alive and no one's noticed us.
We are also still alive.
Yeah.
Has been noticed. That's the
So anyway, the guard captain rolled a 2.
Hooray!
So yeah, that's a fail.
And I can say, I'll bonus action. It'll be like, Amity, you got this, but don't leave without me. And I'm gonna give her inspiration.
Yay!
Okay.
And then I'm gonna hope that I don't blink.
Yeah.
All right,
Good.
don't
First
blink.
solid, you definitely-
Cool.
All right, and Amity, it's your turn.
Okay, Dimension Dooring is back to where we were with Vanya. Where I was with Vanya.
All right,
Okay.
you dimension door out just in time to see Vanya jumping out of a bush about 30 feet away.
Oh!
Oh, jeez.
He's like, I'm getting tired.
All right.
Yeah, and I guess I am moving.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vanya, it's your turn. You see Amity and Ramona appear out of nowhere.
I would like to wait to start running until they've caught up with me.
All right. Holding a dash sounds good.
Holding a dash.
All right. The only elf that's in play at the moment is the one chasing Rowan.
Of course it is.
So he is going to run another 30 feet and following the sounds of screams, seeing the drow climbing up the side of the tree like a fucking lemur monkey.
Like a spider, but
Okay.
He's going to take out his bow and shoot it at Rowan.
20 to hit.
And they both miss.
Sick. She's gonna just keep on yelling out random words in Undercommon to make it sound like she's mocking him.
All right, it's your turn, Rowan.
Gonna keep climbing this tree.
Sounds good.
Another athletics check.
Yep.
Oh, 17.
All right, you get up into the canopy.
Cool beans. Now am I in dim light?
Yeah, sure.
Sick. Bonus action. I'm shadow stepping 60 feet to another dim spot in a different tree.
Okay, sounds good. Is that it then?
I am guessing that climbing was my action and then that was my bonus action. So
Yeah.
yes, unless I can use my movement to run between the trees.
No, you used your movement already.
Oh, that was climbing, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Then yes. So
All right.
That was all my movement? That's a tall ass tree. Holy shit.
Yes, it is.
Oh my god, okay, well, we're good then.
Ramona, your turn.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm I'm gonna run towards Vanya and dash towards / past. I don't know how far she was. Vanya. And then I'm gonna see if I blink.
Okay.
Boop. I do.
Ah, she's gone.
You just run past Vanya and you're just like, whoosh,
And
gone.
just disappear. That is all. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Amity, your turn.
Yeah, she's running and catching up with Vanya, and I'm assuming running with Vanya as a little tiny group.
Yep. Vanya, you use your reaction to run with Amity. All right. I'd say at this point, the elf guard has lost everyone. So you all start making your way back to where you left the guys. Real quick, Rowan, what are you doing? Are you going there too?
I'm kind of detouring around a long way so that I don't get them caught in the crossfire of my guard.
Okay.
Also,
But you're
while I'm out there,
with the intention of getting back to where they are, though.
yes, just
All
in
right.
the trees. Also, if I happen to maybe see the exit or the direction to the exit, I'm keeping an eye out for that.
Sure. All right.
How did we do this? I don't understand. What was the purpose? Like, do they even believe us? Do they even care? Is this army gonna show up and just wipe out the city and we did all this for nothing?
Fuck it, they're
Somehow,
13.
somehow they're even less prepared now. Because they're gonna be busy looking for that drow.
Oh god.
But they're assholes anyway, it's fine.
Fucking come at me.
Alright,
Just go to the Cyclops and the
um,
ogres, be like, just run.
So-
You'll never know you're coming.
Amity, Vanya, and Ramona, you guys are running through the crowds of stunned elves, and you get to the thicket where you left the guys, but like there's a bunch of elves around it. So you kind of come to the realization that if you go into the thicket, they'll see you go in there. Because it's kind of obvious.
We just need to find a tree or something.
And I don't want to go in there.
Yeah, no.
So what are you going to do instead?
I mean, I'm assuming we're trying to find a spot that we can either get out of sight or like climb up a tree or something.
Yeah.
So you can fly into the trees, can't you? Or did you not prepare that?
I can cast fly. Holy shit, I'm a wizard.
Oh my god.
Holy shit, I'm a wizard!
Timestamp.
Oh my god!
Yes, please.
I want that to be my ringtone.
Yeah, I want holy shit, I'm a wizard as my ringtone.
So I'm
Oh my
assuming
God.
you're casting this at 3rd level, seeing how it sounds like you're out of any higher level slots.
Yes. So, okay.
So who's flying?
Well, she can't see Ramona, so.
Yeah, for now I'll cast it on Vanya.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna have to cast it on myself next turn.
Okay, so Vanya goes flying up into the treetops and then like I guess grabs onto a branch. So when you cast it on yourself, you don't drop her.
Oh shit, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'd immediately fly and hide. Like,
I mean, if I see Ramona again, I'm gonna cast it on her first.
Well, by this time, Blink would have worn off, so she's with you.
Alright, so I'll cast it on her first, and then have her make sure she grabs onto a branch or something, and then I'll cast it on my...
Hooray.
All right, so there goes all the 3rd levels.
Yup.
Well, wait. You can just do it once, and I can just enlarge a person, and then we're strong and can just all be
No,
in tree,
no,
and then I let them
no.
That's
No, no,
not
no,
what
no.
we're doing.
And
Shoot the
then
giant half
no,
elf!
no, and then I
Giant.
unenlarge them as soon as we're all in the tree, you know? But whatever. Okay.
Just giant tiefling just stomping through the woods.
Well,
Everyone
okay,
knows
guys.
horns.
We're not that big.
It's a little too late for that because she
Yeah.
already cast
Did
it on Vanya.
It's okay. I have
So-
3 first levels and 3 second levels left. It's
We're
fine.
solid. Oh yeah, don't worry. As long
Been
as
a
we're
good
not,
day,
you
guys.
know, a demon, we should be okay.
Yeah, it's almost noon.
That I'm assuming we're hunkering down and transferring back into clouds.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guys would probably also see this display as it's happening right outside where they're hiding.
I'm sure we heard all the commotion.
Yeah.
Oh god, I hope I didn't wake my mom up.
Holy shit, I'm a wizard.
She's gonna be like, fucking Taylor. Jesus Christ.
So yeah, you all turn back into clouds and convene in one place. What are you doing now, and how are you conveying that to each other?
Rowan is just literally taking off in the direction that
That
they were
we're
originally going in.
Yeah, yeah,
Just
yeah,
sort of
yeah.
like
Yeah.
does a couple
Keep
loops,
going west.
and then is like, nope, we're going that way.
Nope. Yep.
Okay.
Of course.
Great.
And we just bamf out of there.
I feel like this is a good place to take a 10-minute break.
That's
Yay!
an excellent idea.
So
But
we'll
I've
be
been on
back.
break for the last hour and 20 minutes.
I was gonna say, how about the girls take a break? And what have the guys been doing for the last while the girls were running around the town?
We were
More
trying
like
to
the
be
DM
people.
needs to take a break to figure out what the fuck is going on.
As Mike proceeds to take out the paper shredder.
Alright. 10 minutes, see you then.
Yep.
Oh.
Bye.
And we are back.
Okay, so that was interesting. So now that you've done something with the elves, what would your party like to do now?
Not go back there.
Oh, really?
We're just gonna be floating to our other destination.
Probably
Which I
should,
don't
you
even
know.
remember what the original destination was.
Honestly, I would say further inspection of that army would be good. Stop it, Yasha.
Oh, I don't think we should involve ourselves with the army at all.
Nope, no, we're ignoring the army. Just
Let's see here.
Yeah.
Aren't
Yep. Ignore.
Cyclopses and ogres offspring of hill giants?
They're
Yeah.
well. Make a. I'd say this is either history or nature.
Yeah, I figured. I was just like, give me the check, man. They're both the same. $14.
Well, you don't really know a lot about giants, especially when you weren't the hill giant in the past life. Um, you know, uh, Cyclops are similar to hill giants, although maybe a little smaller. Where ogres are a lot smaller than any other giant race.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know any connection to hill giants other than kind of base similarities.
All right. Is it safe to say they might share a common ancestor, though?
I wouldn't say it's safe to say because you're not sure.
Okay.
So it sounds like the party is just going straight west, continuing flying while they still can.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
How much time do we have
Sure.
left?
We
As it
have-
is about noon, I'd say you've got about 4 hours left.
Cool, 4 hours. Let's go.
Make the most of those 4 hours and just keep an eye out for anything relating to this freaking staff.
All right. So you continue flying, and then around 4 hours later, as you have just been flying over nothing but forest for the longest time, you can see some mountains kind of stretching to the southwest. And then all of a sudden, all of you are solid again, up in the air. And you start to fall.
We didn't think this through.
Wild shape.
Well, before you wild shape, you all do notice that as you fall, you're not falling as fast as you would expect yourselves to fall. Almost like the last lingering effect of the magic is slowly dropping you onto the ground.
Nice.
In that case, if I'm not falling at like terminal velocity, I will then just let it do its thing.
It's more like falling with style.
It's only
Yeah.
10 foot per second, so.
Yeah, it's fine.
And you all drift down through the trees onto the ground below.
Who gets caught in a tree?
You do, because you brought it up.
Okay.
Okay. That was perfect timing.
So now it's kind of like early evening-ish time,
It's late afternoon.
late afternoon. Alright, so do we want to walk in?
And Zaris is just going to say, "What the fuck did you guys do?"
Yeah, that was a lot from what we saw.
We went in. We told them about the army.
And then we left.
Well, you also dropped seeming. I could feel that. They just walked into the middle of the city, told them about it, dropped seeming, and left.
Precisely.
Yep.
In an open city that is all, hostile towards every other type of elf except them. Yeah.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Look, everyone's fine. No one's hurt. We can just keep going.
I just sort of just look at Zaris and I'm like, I make the gestures of just why and how.
We had a
They-
plan.
They do what they want to do. Who are
You
we to
guys didn't wanna
stop
come,
them?
We figured it out. Yep. Got it done. No one got hurt.
And
We're on
even
our
if
way.
we tried to stop them, they would have said, "Fuck you, we're doing it anyway." So, I mean,
Wait,
whatever.
that's not true.
That's not true.
That's not true at all.
Yeah, you just didn't put anything out there, so
We just went with it.
Because you guys
The
didn't give me a
tone
chance.
pitch says the tone pitch says otherwise.
Can we just drop it and move on? Thanks. She's just gonna start walking.
Thanks. Oh man, okay.
Remind me not to go into any cities with them. I don't need to be pulled apart for study.
Perhaps sometimes things are worth the risk. And I'm gonna keep walking west.
I'm gonna keep going, keeping an eye out for anything that could relate to what we're looking for.
Alright, well. As you guys walk through the forest, take some perception checks.
Okay.
Natural 20. Yes.
I'm also keeping an eye out for nomad secret hidey holes.
Okay.
I haven't forgotten.
It's that quest marker that's always in the corner of your screen taunting you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think that's up to Josh.
Yeah, you don't find any.
Yeah. Alright. Well, Zephyr and Rowan, as you guys are moving along, the two of you notice it's very subtle, but it does look like unlike a area of like soft ground between two tree roots, you see what looks to be a partial boot print in the ground.
How big is said boot print?
Humanoid sized. Like
Okay.
medium humanoid.
This is leading where?
Kind of hard to tell because it's partial, but with your natural 20, you can tell that it is going southwest.
I just sort of bring this to our ranger and others' attention.
All right, everybody else sees it now too.
Okay.
Considering the ranger could determine age.
I am muted. Sorry, is it just like, is it a bunch of footprints or is it just a couple footprints?
Just the one partial print.
One partial print? Yeah, I'd like to see if I can figure out how old, how long
Doing the,
somebody came through here.
Sure,
Yeah.
make a survival check.
do the rangery things.
There's my 7. Whoop. There it is.
Yep. There it is.
Yeah, you're unsure.
Humans aren't really, humanoids aren't really my thing. It's usually beast.
Is it your favorite enemy, humanoids?
No,
No. That's
Oh, that's the other
valid
one.
me.
at no point has it ever been
That's
humanoid.
the other ranger.
Yeah, you're
That
getting
is
your
the other
rangers
ranger
mixed
I'm
up.
thinking. Yeah.
It's beast and it's beans.
Alright. Could I attempt to see if I could find more than just the one?
You continue to look around, but it looks like that was the only print that you found.
And that's heading. That person was going southwest.
Southwest.
Anything? If I had a map, I would know if there was anything important southwest of here.
Was I able to get a glimpse of anything important in the southwest from the map I saw while we were in the guard place?
Oh, you must have misheard me back then. I was commenting about how it would be easy to show on a map, but there
Oh,
wasn't actually a map. No.
okay, I see. Well, do we want to reorient ourselves to go southwest, or do we want to keep heading west?
Could be something there. Who knows?
Could just be some random person's footprint. Well, we can't be the only people here. We already know we're not.
I mean, I
That's
feel like
true.
we've already been sidetracked enough today. I think that we can just keep going where we have to go.
Granted, we haven't seen another person for. Well, another humanoid besides Elf for I don't know how long.
Probably the last non-elf humanoid you ran into were the Ashari back near the East Coast.
Stop licking me, you fucking cat.
She wants to be your friend.
So are we good with continuing on?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we should just keep.
I
So
will
just-
make a note of where this is for future reference.
So just continuing straight west then?
Yeah, but I want to be looking for footprints as we go.
Alright. So, you all continue traveling for the night. Not for the night, until night. And before deciding to stop And what are the watches going to be?
I'm gonna watch with Amity.
Yay!
I'm doing my usual.
So, dormant, first watch, awake, second watch,
Second,
dormant, third watch.
Yeah.
All right.
What watch are Ramona and I taking? That's a question.
Oh, I don't know.
I think it's the first that we run the second half of second and the third.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. Well, then if it is Amity and Ramona on first watch, then I need the two of you to make perception checks.
We wrote the same. Anyway.
All right. Any conversation between the two of you?
And he's like, well, that was fun.
It was fun until it was scary, but then it was fun.
I agree. I'm glad you're back.
Me too.
I mean, I was just really worried that you weren't gonna come back.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I'm ready to be dead yet. So I'm glad you guys got me back.
Well, that's good. I mean, I tried to save you, but it didn't really work.
It's okay.
Okay. Do you wanna draw in the
In the
dirt?
yes.
Yes.
I draw a wolficorn.
Yes.
It's not as good as the one in my book, but it's super cute.
Yay.
So the two of you spend the rest of your watch drawing in the dirt.
Yes. We drew the zoo again, or the farm, or whatever it was we drew before, but every
Yeah.
animal has a unicorn horn now.
100%. A couple of them have wings.
We've upgraded.
There's like a dead elf on the ground.
Oh, well, I was about to say I get sad at things with like wings because it makes me think of dead, but then you said a dead elf and I laughed.
All right. Well, your watch goes off with no problems, which is great because probably would have been easy to sneak up on you while you were drawing.
Mm-hmm.
So, second watch then.
I'm on the second half of it.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll for like the second half of the watch too. And then need one from Zaris too. All right. Any conversation between the two of you before Rowan wakes up?
I'm actually gonna pop a few spells during my watch.
I won't be saying anything.
I'll pop a scry on our usual gay.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
DC 17.
Yep. Um.
The usual suspect.
Yeah. I think we decided there was no modifiers because you technically met him, even though he didn't see you guys, and you don't have anything of his, so. All right. So, last time you scryed on him was when you were with Nazara, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this would be like the day after that, or at least yeah, a little over
Basically,
a day.
he would have at least 24 hours on us.
All right. Then your eyes cloud as the spell does take effect, and as your vision clears and you see him, he is currently flying across some very rough looking waves.
Mm-hmm.
He's got his dragon wings flapping out of his back. And as you watch him, he continues flying before he comes to some kind of coastline where the water just meets rocky crags that rise up into a very large mountain range. And that's what you get with your scry.
I'm assuming no other details besides that.
No other details.
Mm-hmm.
So that was your
I will.
first spell. You said you had other spells?
I was gonna also try a divination. Ask for some guidance.
Okay. Go ahead and pop the description in there so I can remember what it is for
Let me
divination.
find it real quick.
Sure.
Yep, fourth level. There it is. Ritual. So this one, I can get back. Thank God I got Innocence of a Volcano before doing this.
Alright. So, what are you trying to define?
Basically, sort of just ask, like, where exactly what exactly, could. I'm looking for some guidance as to what the next move should be.
Okay. I got you. So,
Basically, what does the Wild Mother deem to be a good move for me to go for next?
sure. So, you cast your spell, and you are sitting there expecting the same kind of like subtle hints that the Wild Mother gives you on depending on which way the wind blows or which way the grass grows. And that does not come. What comes is a voice. A voice you don't recognize. For a moment, you think it's the Wild Mother, but you realize the Wild Mother never speaks to you. And so you are able to realize that this is not the Wild Mother speaking to you, but some other entity. And this female voice says,
I don't like that.
Gone the smallest giant fleas. Gone the smallest giant goes to the sea. Gone the smallest giant finds a cave. Gone the smallest giant becomes a slave. And
Okay.
that's it.
Okay. I just like I reel back from that for a second, and then spew all that towards Zara. It's just like, all right, hold up. I got a lead. I got something good here. And then I would proceed to spew all of that in Joe's direction, in Zara's direction as information.
Okay.
I'm assuming you're typing this up first, Mike.
Yeah.
Stop that. Stop. No biting. I'll basically be like, does any of that sound like it could be helpful?
I honestly have no idea.
Well, it's more than we started with.
True.
Probably should have done that a while ago.
Alright, here you go. It's in the chat.
Alright. Goes to flee. Gone the smallest giant goes to sea. Gone the smallest giant finds a cave. Gone the smallest giant finds becomes a slave. Alright.
I think you got a typo in there, Mike.
Yeah, I know.
Alright, I will put that in the notes. So
Who are the smallest giants?
that's also a good point. What is the smallest giant?
Well, you remember that when you were all giants, the hill giant was the shortest of the giants.
Yeah. Alright. Well.
So I'll just sort of relay that. That might be your guy. Flees, goes to the sea, finds a cave, and then becomes a slave. Oh, shit. Okay. So I stride on our dragon guy, and he was going across the sea to some rocky crags. I don't know what that means or where he's going, but I do not like the sound of it. Yeah, so I'll also give you the details on the scry.
Okay.
That's about it for what I'm doing besides spending 20 minutes to craft some arrows for Vanya.
Alright. And then about halfway through your watch, Rowan wakes up.
So, I got a few leads on our staff stealer. And I will proceed to spew all the information towards Rowan while picking arrows. So I am basically info dumping like tons of shit onto you.
Does this mean we have to just go to the ocean?
Maybe
Go to
it
the
was
ocean,
weird.
find the cave?
Maybe. One other note. It wasn't the usual wild mother giving me these messages now. It was straight up just somebody spoke. Don't know who it was.
Did it sound familiar?
It's a good question. Have I ever heard this voice before, Mike?
Nope.
In my past. It's... Yep, no. Absolutely. This was not familiar at all. I think it's probably because I asked for a more direct answer as to like, where do I go next here? Could be a good lead. Just
I'm pretty
curious,
sure
my
we'll just have to go to the ocean first. Can't get there.
probably. Also, from what it sounds like, he and our good old dragony friend is gonna probably be a couple hours ahead of us. An entire day ahead of us. From what I could tell, he... Question, in terms of scry, it's normally at the moment that's what the person is doing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, he's recently touched down onto dry land near some rocky crags after flying over, I'm assuming ocean.
You're unsure, but you've never seen rough waves like that in a freshwater source, so it was probably some kind of seawater, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So he probably crossed the ocean. Don't know where from, but we gotta...
I'll also say, because you probably would have seen it, he did have a piece of the rod on his belt, too.
Okay. So he's basically... It's slowly amassing on his belt.
Yeah, but like it was the same piece that you saw him take off of the stone giant. I'll give you that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So he didn't have the other... So as far as I could tell, he only had one piece on him.
Yeah. It seems he was on his way somewhere from where the stone giant one was being kept.
Okay.
Which you would know was being the person who hid the stone giant one was in a mountain range on the far northeast side of the continent.
So he had 24 hours to fly from the stone giant hiding place all the way over to the hill giant one.
If that's where he's going.
If that's where he's going, exactly. So yeah, wherever he's going, it's in the north, near 24 hours from the northeastern hiding spot. Would I remember any distinguishing features from where I hit it, other than mountain?
You would know that the mountains that the stone giants uh chose as their abode and where they hid their piece of the rod, or it was a set of like a series of mountains that were had a very strange color to them. They were weirdly white in color.
Okay.
So
I will also relay all this information.
metagaming, you could probably guess where that is, but
Yeah.
Zephyr would not know.
Yeah. I will relay all this information to my compatriots who are currently awake. Oh, fuck. We gotta go. We gotta... Fuck. That's gonna be a long trek. Any thoughts, you two?
Nothing from me.
Who else is the other
Me.
person? Oh,
Referring to Rowan.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Any of that ring any bells for you, Rowan?
I mean,
White
I don't
Mountains, sea.
think I went the same direction as you at all, so. I wasn't very much a fan of the ocean when I was a giant.
True.
We should probably
Do...
just ask when the others are awake to see if anybody else,
Mm,
if that reminds you of anything.
yeah, probably. It's more than we started with.
This is true.
All right. Well, if there's nothing else, then your watch goes off with no problems. Which leaves Rowan and Vanya for the third watch. Perception checks, please.
Just reopen my page 1 second.
Also, Vanya, you can now mark off 20 arrows.
Cool. Gently tuck them into Ramona's bag of holding.
I got you.
All right. Any conversation between you two?
Yeah. Towards their watch. Anya will sit next to Rowan. And she'll dig in her bag for a moment. Or grabbing something and setting it down, but keeping what she's holding hidden. And she says, "You don't want to talk about it. You don't have to. But I understand having something that hangs over your shoulder that is much more powerful than you. And so if you ever need I don't know, if you ever want to talk about it, And she'll open her hands and show that she's holding the spiral maze symbol that was from when she was in her cult.
Oh,
And
we're
just
cult bonding again.
and just say I honestly cannot remember if I've showed this to her or not.
Yes, you did.
That's half of this.
We bonded over these.
That's right, we bonded over our cults. Yeah, I know we've talked about it before, but it just seems more present now. And if she can break out of her prison, I don't know if he can escape. But I have your back.
Honestly, I don't even know how to talk about it, and thought it would really thing again.
Yeah, I don't really know how to talk about any of this either. It's odd going from it being the really only defining factor of your life to it being the one thing you try to keep
Yeah,
quiet.
worshipping something and then not, and then seeing it a lot.
Yeah. And I'm sorry for what happened in the city. I panicked.
It's okay.
I started asking all of these questions about what field I was from and what I did in the city and where I lived. I don't think on my feet well. Not around people.
The place wasn't so great, anyways. It's been a long time since people have, looked at me like that.
Yeah. They kept calling me the Ophir? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's
I'm gonna
not very
pretend
nice.
that's
Either way, we did what
right.
we had to do. Honestly, I'm just glad we got Ramona back. So. And now we just have to go look for sticks. Which could be anywhere. Well, almost anywhere. We vaguely remember where we put them.
Hello?
Kayla?
Hello.
Yeah, everything that you just said was like I caught like 3 syllables.
Oof.
Oh. Yeah, the city sucked. We did our job. Glad Rona's back. Let's go look for sticks.
Cool. Super stick.
Magic sticks. Oh,
Unless we
Mom,
find
imagine how
any.
disappointed Kayla would be in that situation. We just went.
Oh my gosh, I know. And I don't know if you'd be more disappointed in how it went down or that we even went there in the first place.
Well, I mean, we tried going there once when he was with us, but we had to turn around.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we
And
tried
like,
to do the right thing.
what are we gonna do? Not say anything? Like, that's a huge army. I don't know.
Oh well, whatever happens to them now, we warn them.
We warned them more on and then on the fact that there are thousands of cyclops
Yeah, that was
and
very
ogre.
not comfortable.
No,
Is
because I
Kayla
told them
super robot for anyone else, or is it just me?
there was.
Yeah, Kayla, you're a little tad.
Oh, I don't know why it's doing. But yeah, I mean, all I did was I went in there, told them what we saw. I told them how far away it was, and they started asking me all of these questions about where I lived and what field I was in, and then I snapped under the pressure. And
It's fine. We got out. That's what matters.
yeah, now we're aimlessly going west.
Yeah, if there's one thing we're good at, it's going west.
Yeah, I think I finally figured it out.
It'll be real different if they're going just any other direction.
Well, if I know west, then if I stand west, I can just, you know, go in a
Turn.
circle. Yeah,
Yeah, we should be good now.
yeah. And now I think we're done with
I
our
just realized
talk.
everything's been so crazy since the temple that where'd Nomad go?
Yeah, because he stayed outside.
Yeah, so what happened to him? Did he just like watch the whole drow thing go down or just leave?
I don't know.
I'll have to get somebody to send him a message. I think someone here can do that, right?
Not that you have to have access to.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I didn't catch that, Kayla.
oh, checking in on him might be a good idea.
Yeah, just to make sure you know he's okay. I feel bad. I feel like we should have checked sooner.
Yeah. I mean, it has been a little crazy with, you know, Ramona dying and being giants, and then, you know, her, and then running, and
Well, they should probably wake up the others and keep, going west.
yeah.
Wake up, Thicker.
Okay. So, everybody is woken up on this morning. Everybody gets the benefits of a long rest.
Everybody also will get an info dump.
Everybody is informed of Zephyri's findings during the night.
Does any of this new information ring a bell to any of us about
Yeah.
giant lives?
Well, I mean, doesn't really ring a bell to Zaris because Drock died before he got to the sea. Already told Zephyr that he remembers the mountains.
Which I would also mention.
Yeah. But other than that, nothing really rings a bell about choppy waters that lead to a mountain range. Could be anywhere.
Sounds good.
I say we keep heading the way we're going and finish what we're doing, and then worry about a mountain somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Looking in a westward direction, what does the horizon look like?
Make a perception check.
Would you like guidance?
Sure.
Alright, take that D4.
What even is a horizon? 12.
Yeah, it's hard to really see anything with this thick tree life.
And I send Thorn up and have him back keep the damn forest.
All right, make a perception check for Thorn.
Yeah. Buddy boy.
Oof. Yeah, just trees and trees as far as the eye can see. There's that mountain range that you saw before when you guys were flying the previous day to the southwest, and that's about it.
Vanya, do you remember how to get to the Never Fields? Or whatever it's called?
North.
Yeah, I think I just know that it's north.
A whole lot of north.
Yep, traveled north over a lot of mountains before reached the Neverfields.
The climate that we're currently in, is it like a warmish climate, like a rainforesty climate, or like a
It's I wouldn't say it's too warm. It's a northern climate.
okay? So we might not
Yeah.
like we're gonna have to walk a ways north, but not like equator to North Pole far. More like Middle
No.
America to North Pole far.
More like United States to North Pole far. Maybe even Canada.
Cool.
Like southern Canada.
Yeah, like the U.S. Canadian border.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, if we want to start going north, I suppose we could go in a northwestish direction. But wasn't there also? We've gotten kind of signals.
You break it up.
Then maybe I just won't talk because I don't know. I can't do anything about it. I don't move. I sit on the same spot.
You're clear now. You're clear as now.
I think it's the softer voice of Vanya
Yeah, it's
that
when
it
your
doesn't
voice
pick up
goes
as well.
softer.
Well, I can't yell because my cousin is in the next room.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so did we decide that we were avoiding the mountain that is shaped like a hammer, or not avoiding the mountain that's shaped like a hammer?
I think generally the mountain with hammer is not a good thing.
Wait, why is that again? Wait, was I alive? Wait, I'm
No,
confused.
you were not.
Oh.
When we
Right,
were talking, there was like.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you guys really filled Ramona in on what happened with
I
her.
will proceed to
Apparently
fill her
not.
in on those events.
But I forgot.
I will proceed to start filling her in on those details very quickly, giving her the cliff notes.
So, Tori, to inform you on what you missed when you disappeared at the end of that session.
Sorry.
Yeah. So basically, the giants that everybody was controlling fought some kind of angel who had a rod that could help him basically control the giants, and he brought everyone to their knees. However, the Winter Wolf companion that was with Brig, right? Brig?
Sig.
I
Sig.
did-
I don't know why I keep saying Brig. It's
I
Sig.
did watch the episode.
Oh, you watched it. Okay, so you knew what happened.
Yeah, because I felt
Okay.
bad. But then I'm like, wait, was I? Who? What?
Yeah. Okay,
I'm
then
trying to
you
see what
know
I-
if you watched it, yeah.
Yeah. Just making sure. So it is that one, because I was thinking for some reason it was something else. I don't know. It's fine. It's cool.
Yeah,
We've got
it's that hammer-shaped mountain which the party was able to remember was actually at the Zephyr Valley.
Right. We are now very far away from.
that. Well, that does give us a basis of direction. That's the Zephyr Valley. We've been heading westward from there, right? We've just been going straight west from there.
Pretty much, yeah.
So, yep. I'd actually say we're farther from where. Oh yeah, we are nowhere. We're nowhere near close to where the stone giant piece is. We have better luck either finding the hill giant one, or what's what I'm looking for? Words, or going to Neverfields.
I mean, I feel like we should just stick with what we're doing now. We've been going west for so long. Might as well continue.
Oh, eventually we're gonna run out of land.
Well, I
That
mean, aren't we supposed to get to the ocean?
Wasn't there also
True.
a city to the west? Not the
What?
city. The city.
Would any of us know of a city to the west?
Oh,
Like,
I
I
think
thought
Kato
Kato-
talked about it. Yeah.
He talked about Vasselheim, didn't he?
Yeah, he talked about a city named Vasselheim, which was on the other side of the ocean to the west.
Oh,
That sounds like it's promising.
we would need to cross the ocean. I don't really want to cross an ocean, guys.
you
I
mean
mean,
again?
not right now. Like, you know, later at some point. And we might like find someone with a ship or something that we don't have to sit in a cell in.
So keep going west and hope we'll run into the hill giant.
All the way. We'll see.
Sure.
Keep an eye out for anything hill giant related. Flees, goes to sea, finds a cave, and becomes a slave.
Maybe if we just follow the riddle you were given. You were given it for a reason.
Alright.
Sea to the west. We've been to the sea to the east already,
Mm-hmm.
so we might as well keep going west. Maybe we'll find what we need there.
Alright.
Okay, so as the party packs up and starts making their way west, that's where we're going to end it tonight.
More west.
And
So much west.
Mhm.
I feel like with what's happened, it's safe to say you guys leveled up to level 10.
Yeah.
Woo! Right.
City
I think
escape.
I think I get a thing now.
Roaming around at the speed of sound.
Yes, I do get a thing.
Oh no, I have to try and decide between two.
I know.
Oh no, me
Nine.
too.
I get a thing.
I really
can
want to be
now
able to
be-
climb trees without having to roll strength.
Yeah, you have to do a lot
Hey,
of Photoshop work.
I need to climb a
So
lot
that
of
would
trees.
be a really great skill.
I
It would
know.
also be fitting considering how you escaped.
I know. I feel like it's very good. I can even go across water. I'll just run to Vasselheim, guys. I'm.
Yeah, that's not how that works.
No.
That's the best.
Listen, I'll just build up enough momentum.
What were you going to say there, Joe?
I said, yay, I just get to do a whole bunch of Photoshop work.
Yay!
Oh yeah, I forgot.
And
Rip.
I'm also going to end the stream here before we get into a big
Bye-bye.
conversation, so I have a chance to. So thank you for watching, and we will catch you next week.